Hi, this is Ryan at Flat Creek Plant Farm in Weaverville. This is the second part of a series where I'm just talking about my life and my relationship to alcohol and how I quit drinking almost 5 years ago and started this plant nursery business. So this won't be about plants. Maybe eventually I'll separate a channel out and do a little bit more about my life if it's has any interest for people. I think we all have a story to tell, and how I finally quit drinking alcohol um, is a little bit unique. I didn't do anything drastic. I didn't attend meetings. I didn't you know go to rehab. I basically just quit one day after New Year's. I had a rough night, and that was that. I got a journal and got a bunch of books on the subject and changed my life. So I, went into my childhood a little bit on the last one. I think in my life, well, first off, let me just say that nothing has helped my life more than stop quitting alcohol, quit drinking. Um, Point blank. It's not like you stop having problems in your life. I've had plenty. In fact, this year has been uh, a little, extra drama, a lot of little things relationship wise, and with my son, and that's maybe for another video. But I still go through a lot of hard things. But when I step back and look, everything that I'm achieving in my life and doing for myself, and um, being a better person, and who I really achieving my full potential and doing this stuff, I would never be able to put myself on public like this. And it's like, oh, who am I to do this? All this is started when I dropped the booze. So it makes your life immeasurably better. And it deep down. I know you do. If you're one of those if you're even interested in this channel and you are, or in this topic, um, and in your gut something, listen to your gut, you know? So just a few things that I helped me, and I used quick, I don't want this to go on forever, but let me just tell you, like, I quit by myself. I was very private about it. I didn't shout it to the world. I was one day at a time. So that's number one. One day at a time really helped me. So you just have to get through that day, that minute, that hour. Um, you know, Particularly, when it's the habit. So for me, it was, in the afternoon, usually, afternoon to evening. Um, just remembering I just need to get through this couple hours, and then by the time eight or nine would hit, it's like dark, and that little moment, those moments of where it's a little bit nail bitey pass, and you just do that every day, every day. Number two is journaling. Taking some time in the morning, turn off the phone when you wake up, have your cup of coffee, and reflect. You can do some exercises. There's good books on the topic. Uh, Things like 30-day sobriety, and there's a lot of tips and exercises you can do, and just get that pen flowing, and it starts you off in a much better place, much more focused. um, 30 minutes, to an hour. I still go in and out of habit with that, but that was huge when I was that first year. Um, what else? Change more than just the drinking. So I was in the restaurant business. I changed that. Um, I don't think I changed that right away, but I kept myself busy. So change and keeping yourself busy, that's kind of hand in hand. Maybe that's the fourth thing. Uh, Stay occupied. Don't keep your sane habits. I mean, just mourn those habits. There's things that you're going to miss uh, if you go out. Just don't tempt yourself. I mean, it's almost goes without saying. It's kind of, but it's funny how your mind tricks you. You can do this or whatever. And for me, the holidays are really tough. And I didn't feel like I could just get out of them or just, escape. So I did kind of just, white knuckled through those times. Maybe I minimized it where I could. But if you have these triggers, change, do something big for yourself, change your job. I mean, people are hiring everywhere. If you're doing something, if you're a bartender, if you're around booze, if you're working nights, how do you change that? Take the hit, take the plunge. If you have to go take a job, 9 to 5 cashiering, make it a. This is a. There's nothing more you're going to be able to. Nothing better you can do for yourself than this step, and you have to prioritize it. Um, and so I started this planting like crazy. I did a whole little grow room where I couldn't even like stand up straight, and got some lights and, spent all my money on, gardening and, physical exercise outside, and eventually started trying to sell these plants, and made tremendous, still making mistakes, but it's kept me occupied. So find something to be passionate about. I don't like the word passion. I think that's been confusing for me in my life because you know, things are work. It's not always going to be like this blast, um, but that's okay as long as you overall you enjoy it. You're interested in it, you know. Um, and it's a little controversial here, but I think you know it's grit. You have to have a little bit of grit, have some courage, take some leaps. Mm, you know, get out of your comfort zone. Uh, you know, therapy, things like that. Just take some steps and work on yourself because you only have this one shot at it, and it's like how many years wasted. uh for me it was a lot. It's a lot of time um playing the victim. I had a lot of a victim mentality. I was very, very poor growing up. I um had nothing but junky cars, rental houses. I remember fleas, getting infested with fleas, and smoking in the house, cigarettes. I mean, um, had a lot of lack of instability. And hey, we all have our problems. There's much worse than what I've went through, and I get it. But if we can, our minds keep playing these reels and these like, hey, I'm just, I just didn't have the opportunity, and that's, and then I think I was hiding away in my life, and hiding in the back, hiding in kitchens, hiding behind booze. And I think people want to know you ultimately. So maybe that's helpful. I don't know. That's my story. I just really worked hard at doing it, and it was almost hiding it from my family, even, because I was kind of one of those um, behind the scenes drinkers. I was never really obvious about it. I would get drunk by myself and uh, hated showing that. It felt like a weakness to me. It was my own private weakness, and so it was my own private success as well. So if that helps anybody, I'm grateful. Thank you.